So, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
We started with U chordata 2 in our previous lecture, right? Did you guys revise it at home? I'll take a quick revision. What did we cover? Does anybody recollect? You can see my screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are chordates? Chordates are those animals which have the presence of notochord in them. Okay, notochord is a hollow tissue, spine-like structure. So, depending on what portion of the body has notochord, the chordates are divided into two major groups, which is protochordata and euchordata. Proto stands for primitive and eu stands for true. Now, protochordata has two subphyla, which is Urochordata and Cephalochordata. These both will be covered in your unit 1. But still, I gave you a quick basic information because I don't know if the ma'am has covered this portion and ये नहीं पता रहता तो आगे का नहीं समझ आता. So euro means tail. So the notochord is present only in the tail portion of that animal, and those animals are included in Urochordata. Whereas cephalo means head. So the notochord, as you can see over here, it extends from the head region towards the entire body length. Okay, this is a quick revision. And coming back to Euchordata that our chapter belongs to. Now this chapter will encompass euchordate. यूकॉर्डेट में दो बड़े ग्रुप्स होते हैं, ठीक है, ऑर्डर्स इफ यू कैन, डिविजन्स एक्चुअली. These divisions are: first is Agnatha and second is Gnathostomata. Gnatha means jaws. So Agnatha में क्या आता है? The animals which don't have jaws, and Gnathostomatas are those animals which have jaws. In Agnatha, there are two classes. Those classes are Ostracodermi and Cyclostomata. Ostracodermi, derma का मतलब होता है skin, and ostra means osteobones. So they have bony plates, armed vertebrates there. Okay. Whereas cyclocircular and stomata means mouth. So the animals which have circular mouth are included in cyclostomata. Now, Agnatha has two classes, whereas Gnathostomata has two superclasses. Okay, those superclasses are Pisces and Tetrapoda. So, Pisces comprises of fishes. You guys know that. Tetrapoda are those animals which have tetra, four poda, मतलब four legs. Poda means legs. So, tetrapoda में वो आगे और classes आते हैं: amphibians, reptiles, aves, mammals. So in this chapter, Euchordata 2, we will be covering Pisces and we will be completing Tetrapoda का first class, which is amphibia. Okay, any doubts until now? See, Euchordata, जो भी ये Protochordata है, Euchordata है, they will all have notochords. ठीक है, यूकॉर्डेटा में एक ही ये आता है, वर्टिब्राटा आता है. ठीक है, प्रोटोकॉर्डेटा में दो सब फाइला था ना, यूकॉर्डेटा एंड सेफेलोकॉर्डेटा. प्रोटोकॉर्डेटा में यूकॉर्डेटा में एक सब फाइलम है विच इज वर्टिब्राटा, एंड इन दैट वर्टिब्राटा two divisions are there: Agnatha and Gnathostomata, depending on presence or absence of jaws. ठीक है, यहाँ तक याद है सबको? One more point: craniata means if it has cranium, like if it has brain box, bony covering to protect the brain, then those animals are included in craniata, and if they don't possess cranium, then they are included in acraniata. ठीक है, यहाँ तक क्लियर है? Everyone remembers? You have to answer, okay? I
Yes,
cannot.
ma'am.
Okay, yes, thank you. After this, we went through some general characteristics of euchordates. So I will be running it quickly. Okay? Presence of cranium, they all, okay, here there is a mistake. They can be of aquatic or they can have, the habitat. The habitat, it can be aquatic or it can be terrestrial. Okay, they have distinct head, they have vertebral column in order to protect the spinal cord. Brain is protected in a brain box which is called as cranium. Notochord is replaced by the vertebral column. They have gills, or they also have lungs for respiration, depending on the animals. The coelom is of schizocilic nature. It means it comes from. Do you remember schizocilic coelom? क्या होता है? मैंने बोला था.
Body cavity.
Yeah, coelom is body cavity, but what is schizocilic? सीलम का ओरिजिनेशन मीसोडर्म से जब होता है ना, then that is called as cytosilic coelom. Okay, you remember ना the three germinal layers. Some animals are diploblastic while some are triploblastic. So triploblast में होता है mesoderm, endoderm, ectoderm and mesoderm middle का. So that mesoderm divides and a cap is created, a body cavity is created. तो जब ऐसे ऐसे प्रोसेस से जब सीलम क्रिएट होता है उसको साइजोसिलिक सीलम कहते हैं. Okay. Then their hearts can be 2 to 4 chambered, like two chambered heart is seen in Pisces, whereas three chambered in reptilia, four chambered in mammals. Crocodile also has four chambered. It is the only reptile which has four chambered heart. Then kidneys can be of mesonephric or metanephric type. Meso is a temporary kidney, embryological stage में रहता है. But in some animals that mesonephric kidney ही रहता है throughout the adult stage. Whereas this metanephric kidney ना, this is a permanent type of kidney, okay, which is found in higher grade organisms. And they can be dioecious, मतलब sexes are separate. Male and female animal will be separate. And reproduction is always and always sexual. In eukaryotes, reproduction is always sexual, but development can be direct or it can be indirect. Indirect मतलब larval forms होंगे, they will undergo metamorphosis in order to achieve adult form. Okay, this is your second lecture, therefore I am giving you a revision through this. Okay. Now, after this, we will jump to Gnathostomata, because under this Gnathostomata, we will be having two superclasses, right? And we are going to study these two superclasses in our chapter. तो ये जो यू कोऑर्डिनेट्स है ना, ये जो जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, यू विल बी आल्सो हैविंग दिस इन योर यूनिट 1, बट यूनिट 1 के एकदम एंड में है ये. सो ऑफ कोर्स ये कवर नहीं हुआ रहेगा, दैट्स व्हाई आई इंक्लूडेड दिस. ओके. Coming back to division Gnathostomata, this is a Greek word which the origin is from Greek language, where Gnathos means jaws, whereas stoma means mouth. So Gnathostomatas are those organisms who have jaws in their mouth. Okay, that mouth is covered with jaws. They are, they have been evolved, or you can say originated from the Middle Devonian period, which was 380 million years ago. This is a short form for million years ago. And out of that, 99% of the living vertebrates are still found. Okay, they are living. From the other vertebrates, or you can say craniatus. Why do I mean from the other vertebrates? ये भी vertebrates हैं. ये जो है ना यूरोकॉर्डेटा, सॉरी वर्टिब्रेट्स, ये जो है ना ऑस्ट्रैकोडर्मी, साइक्लोस्टोमाटा, ये भी वर्टिब्रेट्स. ठीक है, फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस, आई एम वेरी सॉरी. वर्टिब्रेट्स में दो है ना, अग्नाथा और ग्नाथोस्टोमाटा. सो ग्नाथोस्टोमाटा और अग्नाथा में क्या डिफरेंसेस मिलेगा? You will find differences in mandibular arches, you will find differences in teeth, okay, in jaws. Like Agnatha no teeth, no mandibular arches, like that. Whereas in Gnatostomata, you will find two vertebral jaws. Okay, you will find paired rhythm. And in other animals, you will find appendages which have joints. Okay, jointed appendages. Then they have calcified endoskeleton. Fisher में cartilagens भी होता है. So they have calcified and bony skull, and even vertebrae is of calcium, that is of bones. Okay. So examples of gnathostomatas are very easy. All the animals that you usually know: Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, ales, and mammals. Any doubts until now? Hello, students. Do you have any doubts regarding anything?
No, miss.
Have you understood everything from the other vertebrates? ये point, ठीक है, इसमें थोड़ा confusion नहीं होना चाहिए, हो सकता है. अदर वर्टिब्रेट्स में क्या आएगा? वर्टिब्रेट्स आर एक तो अग्नैथा मतलब बिना जॉज वाले, या तो ग्नाथोस्टोमाटा. सो वी आर डिफरेंशिएटिंग हियर, डिफरेंस बिटवीन अग्नैथा एंड ग्नाथोस्टोमाटा, ऐसा समझ लो. ठीक है, ऐसा ही है. ठीक है, आई हैव नॉट रिटन इट. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट we will move towards classification of Gnathostomata. Okay, how the Gnathostomata are classified. So in this, there are few living classes, and some are extinct classes. Okay, so we will be studying these three: chondrichthyes, osteochthyes, and placodermi. ये जो बाकी दो है ना, ये नहीं पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है, बट एज यू नो, जैसे जैसे एवोल्यूशन होता है, वी आर स्टडिंग टैक्सोनॉमी, एंड इवन इफ दे आर एक्सटेंड, इवन इफ दे आर फाउंड इन फॉसिल फॉर्मेट्स, टैक्सोनॉमी में उसका मेंशन होता ही है. ओके, सो इवन इफ यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी ओनली थ्री क्लासेस in this chapter, you also have to remember the extinct classes or the fossil classes of any division or of any phylum, और एनी जो भी जितना भी टैक्सोनॉमी है ना, इवन इफ दे आर एक्सटेंड, दे आर नोन, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ठीक है, एनी टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कैन बी आस्क्ड. ओके, नाउ इन क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ gnathostomaटा. सो सर्वाइविंग जो है ना, लिविंग क्लास जो है, ये सिर्फ दो है. देर आर gnathostomaटा में पाइसेस के अंदर Okay, in Gnathostomata, we are talking about superclass Pisces. Okay, in Gnathostomata, Pisces के अंदर ये जो दो classes है ना, ये दो ही सिर्फ living classes है. मतलब these classes have organisms which are still existing, they are living. जबकि ये जो है ना, Placodermi and Echanthody, ये सब extinct classes है. ठीक है, I am hoping that you are with the notebook and taking down all these notes. This is given in a paragraph format in your textbooks. You will be getting notes. But ऐसा concept map बना के रखा ना, so it is easy to remember. I'm hoping that you are noting it down. Okay. Then, except for these extant classes, there is also a fossil class which is Mongolepida. Okay. Any doubts? This is just classification कि ऐसा ऐसा है, ये living है, ये extinct है, ये fossils है. Any doubts? Chondrichthyes में ना सिर्फ cartilaginous fishes आता है. This is the class of cartilaginous fishes. They don't have bones in their body. They have cartilage. Cartilage का endoskeleton रहता है. And these are bony fishes. Osteo मतलब bones. So bony fishes में उनका जो अंदर का skeleton है, it is made up of bones. Any doubts? We will go to these three classes, so you will understand the meaning. ये जस्ट याद रखना है फॉर दिस टैक्सोनॉमी. देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स विच इज रिटन इन दैट टेक्स्ट बुक. फॉसिल्स के नाम सब दिए हैं. ठीक है, यू विल बी गेटिंग नोट्स. एनी डाउट स्टूडेंट्स? यू हैव टू आंसर. ओके, आई कैन नेक्स्ट. हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, यू हैव टू आंसर, आई सेड. Shall I move ahead? Hello, you have to answer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm hoping that you have written this concept map. Now we will see what are the characteristics of superclass Pisces. Okay, general characteristics देखेंगे of Pisces. Now Pisces it will have fishes of all kinds, bony रहने दो, made up of cartilage रहने दो, everything. So these are generalized points. So what are Pisces? They are vertebrates which are truly jawed. मतलब they have two jaws. Two sets of jaws are present. Their respiratory organs and their locomotory organs are fully adapted for an aquatic habitat. Okay. There are some rare fishes, they have developed lungs, so they are studied as an evolutionary from a point of view of evolutionary significance. Okay, but this is a generalized form which will apply to almost every fish in belonging to Pisces. Of course, fishes belong to Pisces. So respiratory organs क्या होता है? It may involve spiracles or gills, operculum gill slits. Okay, and locomotory organs are fins. So fins में paired fins रहते हैं और and unpaired fins रहते हैं. Do you remember? What are the paired fins? Paired मतलब जोड़ी में रहने वाले हैं और unpaired मतलब single single रहने वाले. Can anyone tell me which is the unpaired fin? This has a diagram. I mean, there is a photograph. Even you can answer by looking at. Yes, students. Can you name the unpaired fin and paired fins? Paired मतलब क्या होता है? What are paired? जो जोड़ी में रहते हैं. So this pelvic fin, pectoral fin, which is present over here, these are paired fins. और जो अनपैड है लाइक दिस टेल फिन विच इज कॉल्ड एज कॉर्डल फिन, ये अनपैड है ना, दिस इज सिंगल. ये जो है डॉर्सल फिन. ठीक है, ये जो है एनल फिन फिन सॉरी. ठीक है, दीज आर अनपैड फिन्स. ओके, एम आई क्लियर? इफ यू हैव
Yes,
एनी
ma'am.
यस इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स बी इट कितना भी स्टूपिड रहने दो, प्लीज आस्क. ओके. So, okay. So in Pisces there are three classes. Okay, one we will be studying three classes, out of which two are living classes and one is extinct classes. As I said, we will be studying these two living classes, and this one Placodermi, extinct class. Okay. Now these spices originated in the late Devonian period. They have been, arose during late Devonian period, and their habitat is aquatic. Now, when we say aquatic habitat, it could mean freshwater habitat, it could mean marine water habitat, or it could mean brackish water. Brackish water मतलब mixing of fresh and marine. Okay, there are salinity range अलग अलग रहता है. Coming to feeding habits of the fishes can be herbivorous or they can be carnivorous. But all the fishes are poikilothermic. Poikilothermic मतलब cold-blooded animals. Okay, so these are general characteristic. You can say एक फिश पे सब कुछ अप्लाई नहीं होता है. So जितने भी fishes है ना उन पे जो भी अप्लाई होता है वो हम लोग लिखेंगे. Like feeding, some can be herbivorous fishes, some can be carnivorous fishes. So we will write the Pisces में feeding can be herbivorous or it can be carnivorous. ठीक है, where do Pisces live? They live in aquatic habitat, but this habitat can vary. It can be freshwater also, it can be marine, or it could be mixture of both, like brackish water also. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इज कमिंग टू बॉडी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. ना बॉडी का कैरेक्टरिस्टिक मतलब इसमें आएगा शेप. नाउ शेप्स, फिशेस कैन बी स्पिंडल शेप. स्पिंडल शेप मतलब स्टार्टिंग में और एंड में पतला, ठीक है, बीच में बड़ा. सो इट विल बी लाइक दिस. सो कॉर्नर्स पे पतला एंड देन बीच में बड़ा. ओके, लाइक दिस. The photo that it is spindle shape. Okay, so body of fishes can be spindle shape or it can be dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorso-ventrally मतलब You remember soulfish, लेप वगैरह असतात ना. Soulfish they are torso ventrally. Torso मतलब back. So back और ventrally, back और front पे flat रहता है. ठीक है. They can be laterally flattened also. Lateral मतलब sides. What is dorsal? Back. Ventral is front. ठीक है. और sides को क्या बोलते हैं? Lateral. So it can be laterally flat also. Do you happen to know any fish which is laterally flat? It's very easy. I guess you eat it very daily or frequently. Yes, students, any fish which is laterally flat? Why am I giving these examples? Because ये ऐसे characteristics ऐसा याद नहीं रहते. So if you remember by examples ना, so easily याद रहता है. Like dorsoventrally, हाँ, okay, yes, soulfish was dorsoventrally flat. Spindle shape. Many fishes are spindle shape. Okay. Laterally flat रहता है. Laterally flat रहता है pomfret. Pomfret is like this ना, side से flat रहता है. ठीक है. So in body characteristics, the shape of the fish can be spindled. It can be dorsoventrally flattened. It could also be laterally flattened. ठीक है. Now the body is divided into head, trunk and tail. Head, trunk मतलब main body and tail. ठीक है. The main purpose of the tail is swimming, but it aids swimming and it is also used in propulsion. ओके. ये जो बाकी जो फिन्स रहता है ना, अलग अलग फिन्स के अलग अलग फंक्शंस रहते हैं. Now coming to appendages मतलब हाथ पैर जो भी है. But they while coming to fishes, they do not have hands or legs. Their hands, legs मतलब जो limbs है ना, they are adapted for their aquatic habitat. So they are fins. Now fins can be paired fins or fins can be unpaired fins. Paired fins में आते हैं pelvic and pectoral fins. ठीक है. Pelvic and pectoral fins. Unpaired में आते हैं ये सब dorsal fin, caudal fin. Okay. Now fins are used for balancing and for steering. Steering मतलब why do we use steering wheel? To decide the direction, left जाना है कि right जाना है. Okay. Now sense organs, they have lateral line system as their sense organs. Can you see this lateral line over here? Body के ऊपर एक line जाता है ना. Again lateral मतलब sides पे. So किसी भी fish पे तुम लोग देखोगे ना, उसके sides पे वो मिलेगा ना. ऊपर नीचे आगे पीछे नहीं. कहाँ मिलेगा? Sides पे मिलेगा. So there is. So what are the sense organs in fishes? Lateral line system is quite prominent. ठीक है. Now exoskeleton is made up of scales in fishes. Now these scales can be of various types. They can be bony scales, like ये सब याद है FY के प्रैक्टिकल में हुआ था. FY के SY में. Scales can be of various types: placoid, pinoid, cycloid, ganoid. I have just included this diagram in order to make you understand better. Have a pictographic memory of this. Then endoskeleton. This endoskeleton can be cartilaginous also. It can be bony also. Then coming to digestive system. Now fishes have a definite stomach. They have a definite pancreas. Now they can have cloaca or they can have anus. Both function as same. Excretion जहाँ से होता है वहाँ. Okay, वो. Now coming to respiratory system, they have 5 to 7 pairs of pharyngeal gills, but few fishes may also have lung-like structures. Okay, we will be studying that fish in a nice way. Then coming to circulatory system, single circulation होता है, मतलब heart पर से सिर्फ एक ही बार blood flow होता है. They have two chambered hearts and heart में से सिर्फ एक बार circulation होता है. Blood flows through the heart only once, so it is single circulation. Please remember, Pisces में two chambered hearts, single circulation. Coming to excretory system, they are urotelic animals. Urotelic animals मतलब they excrete out urea from their body. Okay, and they have the kidney of a mesonephric kind. ठीक है, mesonephric kind. So these are functional kidneys for the larvas, but also as the adults. सो थ्रू आउट द एडल्ट लाइफ इसका क्या होता है, मेसोनेफ्रिक टाइप ही रहता है किडनी. Coming to reproduction, they are dioecious. Dioecious मतलब sexes are separate. Male fish will be different and female fish will be different. एक ही एनिमल में दोनों ऑर्गन्स नहीं रहेंगे. They won't be hermaphrodite. ठीक है, they are dioecious, unisexual. Okay. Now fertilization can be internal or it can be external. If it is internal fertilization, then it will be ovoviviparous. Still they will lay eggs. Even if it is the fertilization is internal. Fertilization matlab union of male and female gamete. So even if the union of gametes is happening inside the body, internal matlab inside the body, so but it will lay egg and the embryo will be developed inside the egg. So that is called as ovoviviparity. And if it is external fertilization, which is very common, then that is called as oviparity. They are oviparous. Okay. Now, true gonads and gonoducts are present. If you see the reproductive system of the fishes, you will find two true gonads and gonoducts. Gonoducts matlab ducts, pipe-like structure which carries the gametes. Okay. Extra embryonic membranes are absent in Pisces. Please remember, extra embryonic membrane क्या है? Absent रहता है. Extra embryonic membrane क्या क्या था? Amnion था. This was studied in SY. Okay. Any doubts? We will move further. Okay. These both slides show general characteristics of Pisces. Do you have any doubts? Yes, students. Any doubts? जो भी लिखा है कुछ भी एक वर्ड नहीं समझा या फिर वो कंसेप्ट ही नहीं मालूम. Yes, students. I'm expecting an answer of below.
No doubt.
Okay. पक्का किसी को भी कुछ डाउट नहीं है? Now this is a general characteristic, okay? अभी आगे क्या होगा, जैसे जैसा हम लोग एक एक क्लास पढ़ेंगे, उस क्लास में एक एग्जाम्पल लेंगे एनिमल का. तो उस क्लास का पहले जनरल डिस्क्रिप्शन होगा, देन उस एनिमल का डिस्क्रिप्शन होगा. सो इट विल बी कंफ्यूजिंग. So it is better to be, thorough with every part. How should you remember? I will give you an idea how to study. So अभी सुपर क्लास में क्या होता है, यू स्टार्ट विथ एवरीथिंग एंड यू नो कि उनका हैबिटेट क्या है, क्या खाते हैं, कैसे है, दिखने में कैसे है, एंड देन गो थ्रू एवरी ऑर्गन्स की ठीक है. सब ये करने का, हाउ इज द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, हाउ इज द रेस्पिरेटरी, हाउ इज सर्क्यूलेटरी, हाउ इज एक्सक्रीटरी, दिस दैट एवरीथिंग. So when you form these points, now in textbook this is not given like this. I have created because this helps in memorizing the points and understanding the concepts. Now sense organ. Now in textbook you will find there are सिर्फ lines, pointer point system में lines they are present. But you have to divide that. कि हाँ okay अभी हम लोग digestive का बात करेंगे. So याद रखने का okay fishes are highly organized. So they will have a definite stomach. Okay, they will have a nice well-developed alimentary canal. Okay, complete alimentary canal which starts from the mouth and it ends at the anus. Why am I saying complete alimentary canal? Now, do you remember very primitive organisms like sponges हो या फिर वो हो? They don't have any separate. They have one opening. उसी एक opening से खाते हैं, उसी एक opening से निकालते हैं. Okay. So there is no such things like this. So alimentary canal complete होना मतलब it starts from mouth and it ends at anus or cloaca. Okay. So if you point system में ऐसा सब पॉइंट्स बना के अगर याद रखोगे ना, सो यू विल फाइंड इट इजी टू रिमेम्बर. एंड देन ये एक बार जनरल पॉइंट्स याद रह गया ना, यू कैन अप्लाई दोस जनरल पॉइंट टू एवरी फिश. लाइक नॉट एवरी फिश, जो भी फिश आपको मिला ना, यू कैन थिंक हाँ ओके ये ऐसे क्लास का था, इस क्लास का ऐसा मीनिंग था, तो इसमें ऐसा ऐसा हो सकता है. ठीक है. एनी डाउट्स? I'm hoping that you are taking down the notes. Okay. Then inside this spices, as I said, superclass spices में तीन क्लास पढ़ेंगे. First class is Placodermi. Now this Placodermi, it has fishes which have all been extinct. Okay, they are all extinct. It is very sad. We cannot see fishes belonging to Placodermi. Now coming to the name, why it has been named as Placodermi. Placodermi. Again, dermata means skin. उनके स्किन पे क्या होता है? Their skin is covered with, come on people, guess anything. You can see over here. क्या है इनके स्किन पे? Can you see your bone plates, bony plates? Yes, students. Please answer yes or no at least.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see, this is a shark actually. This is not. This does not belongs to Placodermi. Okay, I've included this photo for some other reasons. This is Placodermi. Okay, Placodermi में we have taken an example, which is climateus. Now Placodermi का meaning है the fishes which belong to Placodermi, उनके skin पे क्या होते थे? Bony plates रहते थे. So they look like this, you know. Okay. Okay. All the extinct genus of spiny sharks are included in Placodermi. Okay? Now they are not actually sharks, but they were closely related to sharks. They are not true sharks, but बोलते हैं उनको. ठीक है? They are closely, very 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 closely related to sharks. So जो भी spiny sharks के जो भी genus है ना, all the extinct genus they are included in this class. ठीक है? They went to be extinct in the Upper Devonian period. Okay. Now fossils of all these extinct species they were collected from Europe, North America. Their epidermis, मतलब exoskeleton, sorry, not exoskeleton. Their epidermis, हाँ वही exoskeleton, they are heavily armored with bone plates. And for respiration, they had spiracles. They did not have gills in them. What did they have? Gill slits were not developed as this Placodermi is Pisces में primitive class है ये. जो अभी हम लोग को एनिमल्स दिखते हैं ना, सॉरी फिशेस दिखते हैं ना, दे आर लिटिल बिट हाईली मॉडिफाइड और ये प्रिमिटिव है. सो दे हैव स्पाइरेकल्स फॉर रेस्पिरेशंस. सो स्पाइरेकल्स लुक लाइक दिस. Okay, for showing what is a spiracle I have included this photo, but this is definitely not a placodermi fish. Okay, please note it down, this is not a placodermi fish. ठीक है, बस इतने ही पॉइंट्स है. जनरल ये है प्लेकोडर्मी का क्या है, सब एक्सटिंक्ट है. इसमें जो भी फिशेस है वो क्या है, स्पाइनी शार्क्स है. ठीक है, स्पाइनी शार्क्स के जो भी जीनस है दे आर इंक्लूडेड इन दिस प्लेकोडर्मी. दे वेंट ऑन टू बी एक्सटिंक्ट इन द अपर डेवोनियन पीरियड. ठीक है. Now when I said it is spiny shark, but they are not truly true sharks, okay, but they were closely related to shark. ठीक है, और जो इनके जो भी फॉसिल्स है दे वर कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम यूरोपियन रीजन्स, नॉर्थ अमेरिकन रीजन्स. एंड देयर एपिडर्मिस याद रखने का, व्हेनेवर यू जनरलाइज जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक जब भी लिखोगे मेंशन द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट नेम, बिकॉज मीनिंग में ही तुम लोग का एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक आ जाएगा. उनका वैसा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होने के वजह से ही उस क्लास को या फिर उस एनिमल को, उस फाइलम को वैसा नेम दिया जाता है. ठीक है. सो प्लेकोडर्मी का क्या मीनिंग है, उनके डर्मिस पे प्लेट्स रहते हैं, बोन्स के प्लेट्स रहते हैं, बोनी प्लेट्स. नाउ कमिंग टू रेस्पिरेशन, व्हाई दिस रेस्पिरेशन का पॉइंट दे हैव मेंशन्ड, बिकॉज यूजुअली फिशेस में होता है गिल्स, बट एज दिस वाज अ प्रिमिटिव क्लास इन सुपर क्लास Pisces, उसमें गिल स्लिट्स नहीं, gill slits were not developed, so it possessed spiracles for respiration. That's why. So general characteristics में ना usually ऐसे characteristics mention करते हैं जो आगे जो भी क्लास आने वाले ना उससे थोड़े अलग है. ठीक है, बिकॉज जनरल ऐसा दिखने जाए तो सब में है, वो तो हम लोग ने यहाँ पे कवर कर लिया रहता है ना. सो व्हेन यू गो थ्रू क्लास, अभी सुपर क्लास से क्लास में आए ना, तो ऐसा सम पॉइंट शुड बी मेंशन्ड व्हिच इज नॉट फाउंड इन अदर क्लास व्हिच वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी. ओके, एनी डाउट्स? जनरल डिस्क्रिप्शन में कुछ डाउट है? यस स्टूडेंट्स, आई it is already 1:03. Okay, I have to leave you in 5 to 10 minutes. So you have to be quick in answering. Yes, students, do you have any doubts in general description of the class Placodermi? Friends, please answer. Now, in your textbooks, classification is also given of this fish. Now, what example did we took? In Placodermi, we took climate years. Okay. So, in exam, they can ask questions about the classification, like climate years belongs to dash class. It belongs to dash family. I have not included classification because it was already covered. So, it belongs to kingdom Animalia. It belongs to phylum Chordata. Okay. After phylum Chordata, what did we study? Class was Placodermi. And what is the genus? Chlamydius. Okay, so I did not add that portion over here. Now coming to characteristics of Chlamydius. So this is how that fish used to look like. Okay. Now it was an advanced fish. This Chlamydius, now it was advanced fish because you can see it had a spindle shaped body. Okay, it had a spindle shaped body. Spindle shape matlab a nice tubular form of body, ऐसा गोल मटोल. Okay, like mac catfish वगैरह रहता है ना ऐसा गोल गोल. Okay, that is spindle shape. So it has a spindle shaped body, and you can see many mosaic scales on it. Mosaic मतलब कोलाज बनाते थे ना हम लोग, पेपर काट के देन चिपकाते हैं. ठीक है, वो होता है मोजाइक पैटर्न, छोटे 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 ऐसे ऐसे. कैन यू सी ओवर हियर द स्केल्स आर प्रेजेंट इन मोजाइक मैनर. ठीक है, उनके डर्मिस पे. ठीक है. नाउ इट हैड अ पावरफुल कॉर्डल फिन. कैन यू सी दिस कॉर्डल फिन? कॉर्डल फिन मतलब टेल फिन लास्ट का. कैन यू सी इट इज सो ह्यूज. इवन लाइक द बॉडी का लेंथ जो है ना, इट करस्पॉन्ड्स टू हाफ ऑफ द लेंथ ऑफ दैट बॉडी. ठीक है, इट हैड अ वेरी पावरफुल caudal fin, and their pectoral fins were very large. Can you see this pectoral fins? Okay, this is the pectoral fin. Sorry. So there were large pectoral fins, and there were many stabilizing fins. मतलब ये, there were many stabilizing fins between the pectoral and pelvic fins. Can you see these many stabilizing fins? ठीक है. Now these stabilizing fins और ये सब caudal fins, now all the fins were so very much nicely developed. So these fishes were considered to be good and swift swimmers. Swift मतलब fast. यहाँ पे है तो तुरंत they can shift to, like they are quick in movements. ठीक है, they are very good and swift swimmers, and they were open water hunters. ठीक है, देवर. अभी यहाँ पे आएगा फूड एंड फीडिंग. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑलवेज यूजुअली गोज लाइक दिस, कि थोड़ा डिस्क्राइब किया कि कैसा है, देन फूड एंड फीडिंग, देन वेयर इट लिव्स, हैबिटेट एंड सो ऑन. नाउ दिस वाज एक्सटिंक्ट ना, सो वी कैन नॉट स्टडी मच अबाउट दैट. सो जितना भी फॉसिल्स मिलता है, जो भी एविडेंसेस मिलता है ना, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट वी ले आउट, वी फाइंड आउट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. So feeding से समझता है, of course they were open water hunters, so it means that they were carnivorous. Okay, so while carnivorous, they used to while in carnivorous feeding, they used to feed on other fishes, crustaceans, etc. ठीक है. Now this belongs to Gnathostomata. So their mouth will be with both the jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw, but the difference is the upper jaw had no teeth, whereas lower jaw was lined with very sharp teeth. हाँ, इसमें दिख रहा है अपर में भी teeth, but actual में upper jaw में it did not have any teeth, and whereas the lower jaw was lined with sharp teeth. ठीक है. So these teeth were used to seize the prey. Seize मतलब to capture the prey. Okay, but they were worn out as in sharks. मतलब sharks में कैसा होता है, teeth इतना Yeah, they were used to seize the prey and they were worn out as in the sharks. Sharks में जैसा use होता है teeth का वैसा ही है. These are closely related to sharks. Okay, remember. Then coming to the position of the eyes were very large. Can you see? The eyes were large and they were forwardly facing. Forwardly मतलब आगे की तरफ है. Now in pomfret कैसा रहता है? Lateral present रहता है ना, ऐसा चपटा रहता है फिश. तो यहाँ पे एक eye, यहाँ पे एक eye. ऐसा नहीं है, इसका कैसा है? Forwardly facing. ठीक है? It was a small fish measuring up to about 7.5 centimeters, so it was just okay. It had 15 sharp spines inside the body. Okay, inside the body it had 15 sharp spines. That's why it was a very difficult prey. मतलब predators इस पे hunt नहीं करते थे usually. ठीक है? It was very difficult to be consumed by the predators. Okay, it is a very easy fish to remember. If you go through the characteristics and remember it through the diagram, you can easily remember. So how does this fish appear? ठीक है, body shape पहले describe करने का. ठीक है, it is spindle shape. I can see a nice very big caudal fin, very big pectoral fins. Then remember, हाँ इसके बीच में भी है ना. So there are many stabilizing fins which are present. Okay, and I can see some eyes over here which is forwardly facing. I can see a mouth which is lined with upper jaw and lower jaw. But the difference is what is upper jaws में teeth नहीं होता है, lower jaws में teeth होता है. ठीक है? And you can estimate the size. What is the size? It was a small fish measuring of about 7 to 5 centimeters.
मिस आमच्या
Yes.
सरांचा लेक्चर आहे आता.
Yes, yes. I'm leaving. This is the last one. Okay? Do you have any doubts?
नो मिस.